What if the most dangerous killer in America wasn't a man hiding in shadows, but a woman who could walk among us unseen? A woman capable of infiltrating the most secure spaces, leaving behind only a chilling symbol. This is the story of Evelyn Hart, known to a terrified nation as the Ghost of Glass Harbor, a case that remains unresolved to this very day. Charleston, South Carolina, a city of tradition and quiet. It was here that Evelyn Hart was born in 1982. Neighbors describe her as polite, solitary, almost invisible. But while her hometown carried on in peace, across the country, people in positions of power began to fall. A year later, Silicon Valley CEO Daniel Rourke collapsed at a private dinner, the same toxin. By 2014, Navy Commander James Monroe was dead in his Washington, D.C. home. Again poison, no forced entry, no signs of struggle, just silence and death. The pattern was undeniable, and America began to wonder, who could reach the most secure figures in society and kill without leaving a trace? It was the discovery of a single detail that turned a series of tragedies into the hunt for a killer. At each crime scene, investigators found a calling card literally, the Queen of Spades, a symbol of betrayal, of death, or perhaps of the woman behind the crimes herself. Then came the footage. Hours before Commander Monroe's death in D.C., Evelyn Hart was seen stepping off a ferry in Charleston's Glass Harbor hundreds of miles away. Coincidence? Or proof of a carefully constructed illusion? The media ran with it. Headlines called her the Ghost of Glass Harbor. Talk shows branded her the invisible assassin. For the first time in decades, the FBI's Most Wanted list featured a woman suspected of being a serial killer targeting America's elite. What followed was one of the largest manhunts in FBI history. Agents scoured the country. Toxicologists studied the rare poisons. Profilers built psychological sketches. But Evelyn Hart was always one step ahead. She had no phone, no bank accounts, no traceable habits. She vanished in airports, ferries, and train stations like smoke. Her victims, investigators noticed, had something else in common: powerful enemies. Was Evelyn Hart a lone predator, or a weapon wielded by forces far greater than herself? Her only mistake came in 2016. A ferry passenger reported seeing a woman scribbling on a notepad. Later, the notepad was recovered, containing fragments of coded writing and one haunting phrase: "The Queen watches." By 2017, the ghost was cornered. In March 2017, an anonymous tip led agents to a safe house in New Orleans. Inside, they found forged passports, surgical instruments, syringes, and vials of a clear liquid suspected to be her toxin of choice. And at the desk, calmly waiting, was Evelyn Hart. She didn't resist. She didn't speak. She simply raised her hands, as if capture had always been part of her plan. Her trial was expected to reveal the truth. Instead, it collapsed into chaos. Crucial evidence vanished from secure FBI lockers. Toxicology reports were deemed inconclusive. Key witnesses recanted testimony. It was as though invisible hands were pulling strings behind the scenes. Then came the shock. On the second day of her arraignment, Evelyn collapsed in court. Doctors suspected poisoning, yet no toxin could be identified. She was rushed to a federal hospital under guard, and within 24 hours, she was gone. Hospital guards claimed they had been drugged. Security footage showed only static during the critical hours. Evelyn Hart had vanished without a trace. To this day, Evelyn Hart has never been seen again. Some believe she was silenced by the same forces her victims opposed. Others are convinced she orchestrated her own disappearance, continuing her work in the shadows. And there are those who whisper that she was never working alone, that she was part of something larger, a network designed to destabilize power itself. The questions linger, haunting investigators, journalists, and the public alike. Was Evelyn Hart a vigilante or an assassin? Did she die in 2017, silenced forever? Or is she still alive, hiding in plain sight? And the most chilling question of all, were her victims chosen by her or chosen for her? She was called the Ghost of Glass Harbor. And ghosts never truly disappear.